Hey everybody, old Big Jim coming at y'all from the bog down here in South Mississippi. Right now we got just a beautiful day. Lord have mercy, you hear that? That's the first thunder I heard. Now they said there was a 30% chance. That's one of them. I don't know weather reports, but I don't know where that thunder just came from. I walked outside 10 minutes ago I got my guy helps me in my yard out there, and I walked out there and gave him some instructions, some insight into what I thought he should do. Supervisor, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. I just being me. That's all. Anyway, blue as a bluebird sky. That thunder just shocked me. Anyway, today, the entire video is an inspiration from Harold Terry. I ain't got to say. Do I have to say anything else, y'all? He's a very humble man, and as I am, he, I think, takes my the reason or the thoughts behind me being inspired by him at heart, and he knows that I'm genuine when I say that these things. Him and A-Dub and everybody else who gives me inspiration. I say these things because, look, guys, a year ago or a little over a year ago, I was a shut-in. I didn't do anything. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't have any purpose, and me being on YouTube, calling myself a knife tuber is just the best thing that's happened to me. It really is. So, everybody from Deep South Cutlery down to I don't want to say anybody on the bottom, but how about one of my latest subs, a guy named Fat City. I think I may have inspired him. He's doing some shorts. He is a vintage LP music guy, and Fat City's been putting out some shorts with his various Charlie Rich and Dwight Yoakam and some of these older country guys that he has on LP. So whether I inspired him or not, I don't know. But from the top to the bottom, from Deep South, the Knife Doctor, Harold Terry, A-Dub, all the way down to Fat City, and I don't think Fat City would be embarrassed by me saying his name on here because me and him chop it up pretty regular on there's a few live things that we get in, and so and while I'm thinking about live, last night I watched Gordon Holman, G-Man, at Kodiak Edge put the finishing touches on a Granddaddy Barlow. It's a collab. He's gonna do he's done or will do a video on the knife that he did, and it's actually a multiple collab because the cover material that I got to go on that knife came from Make Cutlery Great Again, Mike Yolette over at he's in Tennessee. Anyway, he sent me the cover material. I was inspired. I was going to put it on something, but didn't know what I was going to do with it. But when I remembered, I got a Granddaddy Barlow it was a Steel Warrior, but the scales were busted on it, so I got it for like $12, and I think free shipping. So it came in here. I ended up sending a shield off of that knife to somebody else that completed a knife that his mother, I think it was J.O., he completed a knife that he needed to complete that was a gift, a peanut that was a gift from his mother. So, see what I'm saying? All these things, it rolls, and it's like the something rolling down a hill and it gathering stuff as it comes together and it compiles itself. And so the inspiration in what these guys do and what they say is it's amazing to me. Anyway, Harold Terry has been doing a hashtag called Salty Saturday. So I told myself, well, shoot, I'll just go in there and dig in one of my boxes and find something salty and get it on here and show y'all what I got. Well, on my way to the locker to look in the boxes, I get a thing from United Postal Service that my mail had arrived. So I scamper out there and get in my truck and drive out to the mailbox, which is about 35 feet, and get the mail and bring it back in. And the second knife I'm going to show you here will be, anyway, the first knife I got coming here for Salty Saturday is it's from Rough Rider. That's not any surprise, I don't think, to any of y'all. And it's from the Howland series. Okay? And a little information for y'all. We got it's the RR 2280. They hit it out of the park. I mean, your Bradford, Pennsylvania knives come in a cardboard box that's got a sticky label put on it. Look what Rough Rider does. $20 knife. I don't know. It's corporate greed, guys. They're trying to make as much money as they can on them knives while they own the corporation. And then I'm gonna say it, Zippo's gonna sell them. I can promise you that. It's coming. It ain't gonna be but just a minute before the Zippo Corporation decides they need to sell that thing, because it's gonna be it won't be their dog anymore, and that they've cut every corner they can. They don't tang stamp nothing. They sending you things in a box. It's just a black box with a sticker on it. Anyway, I regret. I got case, guys. I got some vintage case. I got, so I'm not a case basher. Don't trust me when I tell you that. But the 70s, 80s, early 90s case knives are gone. They're not coming back. If you can buy them, you need to buy them. I buy them in poor condition and fix them up and use them for users. Anyway, sorry. That's why I got them notes right there, so I won't get on these rants. But here it is, the Howland series. Now this is a equal end jack. Now there's all kind of names for knives and stuff. I call a stockman a cattle knife, and to me a trapper is a jackknife. It's just it's the knives are at both ends. And I mean, but that's just because I'm from the old school, and that's we have different names for that. But the equal end jack, the pattern been around forever. Brother Harold showed one this morning. It was a Rosecraft, but the blades were on opposing ends. Okay, and but this one has both the blades on the same end. Now I'm gonna get these blades open for y'all. It's got a monster snap, which I'll show y'all, and it's a little hard for old Big Jim to get both of these blades open. Matter of fact, I'm gonna reach over here, grab a suitable device just to cut down on the time that we got here, and we're gonna get her open. There you go. Give y'all a little flyby on that. Just a great looking clip blade, long nail pull, sharper than y'all know how these Rough Riders come. Just as sharp as they can be. And then the secondary blade is a pen blade. And this is what when y'all hear me talk about the sexy pen blade, this is your Huckleberry right here. That thing's about 2 3/4 inches long. Son, you can go in there and cut you up some onions with that, and just a beautiful pocket knife. Equal end, you got that good micarta, hard for me to say that, micarta covers on there, black. Got the red underliners, HT red right there. Look at that, not just a very solid back spring assembly. There's no gaps. Okay, $20, guys. Come on. And probably with shipping less than $25. Get it right there at SMKW. If they're still, I mean, I don't know if they have these in stock or not. I didn't do any research on that for this night, for this particular display. But this one's in my collection. It ain't going nowhere. Because you put this in your pocket, you know you got a pocket knife. You understand what I'm saying? There's a pocket knife in your pocket when you got this. Okay, you know it. You got that right there into the half stop. Good walk and talk. Right up into the half stop. Good solid wall. Good snap on the finish. Can't go wrong with this one right here. Just saying. Okay, that's your RR 2280 Highland equal end jack with common blades. Okay. Now this second knife, and I'm gonna give y'all all the information I have on it because exactly 10 days ago. And the reason I know this is because I went back and rewatched the video just to make sure that I had all my P's and Q's and had dotted all my T's and crossed all my I's. Made sure I had it right because to me it's that important. Okay. Now there is one issue with this knife, or not really an issue. It's for a knife mechanic such as myself. This is not a problem at all, and I will address it. I tried, and I've done two things to it, and it did improve. But first, I suggest that y'all go over exactly 10 days ago. It was Wednesday, and watch Brother HT. That's Mr. Harold Terry from El Dorado, Arkansas, and have a look at his review of said pocket knife. Now, when he did the review on this, I didn't realize that this knife was part of the Marbles exhibition grade set. Now, I had this Barlow at one time, and but it back when I first started buying these Marble knives, I was going to try to get all of them. But then I realized that the Winchester line was, which are also China-made knives, were, Chanika, were also made in Chanika, were exactly the same knife. So I got confused. Well, not confused. I just didn't know which way to go. I've had a couple of the Winchesters, traded those off. Had a few of the Marble exhibition grades, had the Trapper, a couple of them, and traded them off. Trying to focus on getting the sets of Rough Riders, which I have now moved away from that. I'm not trying, I was at the point where I was trying to buy every one of the Appaloosa bones and every one of the cinnamon stag bones. Now, I'm still getting them cinnamon stag bones. When one pops up that I like, I buy it. I just bought the work knife, the big one, and it's worth every penny. Carbon steel. I might play with it a little bit. It's put a little, change the point on it a little bit. Maybe put I don't know, but it's a lock back work knife, and it's a bad boy. But anyway, this is your box. It comes in. This is one of them wooden boxes. It's good. You can store some stuff in that one. And the knife in question is the MR677. Okay, and there it is. All right. There's no way that I can do any better review on this knife than what Brother Harold did. So y'all need to, I'm going to sit here and tell you give you my impression of it. But here's the deal. And the reason that this knife is sitting on my table at this point, because it's only been out of the mailbox for less than an hour and a half. Okay. And the reason that it is sitting here now is because in the video that Brother Harold did, he said, and I'm quoting here, this knife is comparable to the GEC number 72 Cody Scout. Okay? Now, I have coon fingered several GEC knives, and they are everything they are made up to be. They are exactly what they are. Okay. Now, this knife on a drop, you could probably get it for $225 to $250, depending on, if you go to TSA or you go to C. Reisner or some of these places. But like Brother Harold said, getting these on the drop is hard. And only 10%, 5% of the people that collect GECs can get them from those drops. They don't make that many of them. They make 20, or each distributor will get 20 or 15, and then they'll sell them, and ba-boom, ba-bang, they're gone. So the only way you can get them is through the secondary market. And these Cody Scout number 72 are they start at $300 and put a plus behind that, because some of them go for $400 to $25. I mean, they're that collectible. There's one GEC that I want. Okay, it's called the Yellow Rose, and I want it pretty bad. It's a Barlow, but I'm not paying $500 for it, and that's what people are asking for. I may have to succumb to that and get the one with the red bone covers. I don't think it has a name, but I can't remember what it is right now. But I'll have to save up for 4 or 5 months to get that knife. But that's okay. Big Jim, he ain't hurting. I mean, I got a Remington Barlow in yesterday. I might do a little Remington update tomorrow on Sunday. Be a good thing to do on Sunday. We'll call it the Remy. Well, I have to come up with a name. The Remy update. That ain't Remy. I need some clickbait. I need a clickbait name. Updated Remy's. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But anyway, here's the knife. Let's say I showed y'all. It's a trapper. It's a lockback trapper. And the only issue, and I'm going to just go ahead and show it to y'all, is this one is not right down Peachtree. Okay, y'all see it's a little bit. Now, I oiled it as soon as I got it, because a lot of times these knives come with, a little trash, a little stuff, and it got better after I oiled it. And the way I do that is I bring it to where a half stock would be, and I give it a good. I got some pivot lube that I got from Brother Rex. He makes his own, and it's very good stuff, guys. If you ever get in touch with Brother Rex, or you're around him or anything, you need to pick up a bottle of his pivot oil. It's very good. But anyway, then I take it and I grab it with a towel and I just sit there and work it back and forth, back and forth. And when I did that, the centering actually got better. So there may be more stuff in there. I'm gonna have to work with it. And then if I have to, there are 2 or 3 methods that you can use to center a blade. One of them is just put pressure on it. One of them is to set it down and give it a few love taps. And then the last thing you can do is just put it in a vise and give it a tweak, which I hate to do that to a knife, because the first thing you're going to do is snap one of the blades off, and then you'll be sitting there with a knife in 2 pieces. But anyway, great pocket knife. The HT was absolutely right. Got good lockup. I can't do it. My old fingers ain't good enough, but it's got great lockup. Just solid knife, guys. Look, I ordered this. Whenever he told me that this was as good as a GEC, I got up from that video and walked straight into my office, which is the room next over from my bedroom, and sat down at the computer and punched up Chicago Knife Works, put a check mark in the box beside the MR 677, press purchase, and the total came back to $19.97, shipped to my door, that came in today. All right, got to get me a little piece of leather in there. Probably going to do something very simple, because I don't want the lanyard to take away from the knife. I'll probably just put a small piece of leather through there and do a couple couple of snake knots, and then I'll probably use a light colored leather just to give it a little accent, just to give it a little something. But the knots will be very basic, and then I'll tail them off, cut them at an angle, give them a little burn on the ends where they'll kind of seal up, and then I'll have me an excellent pocket dropper, just an excellent. But I don't know, this may deserve a blanket. Might have to put it in a slip. Y'all will certainly see this again. All right, guys, 20 minutes. Saturday. It's Memorial Weekend, guys. Being the son of a lieutenant colonel in the United States Army, I was raised in a military attitude household. Well, what the heck that was? One of them ghosts. I started talking about my daddy, and he come in here and dropped something. It's all good, man. Anyway, so I honor, if I see somebody sitting in a McDonald's with a military hat on, you know, like Vietnam veteran or World War II veteran, I always walk over and give them my respect and tell them that I appreciate them and let them know. I think if you follow Bubba's rule over at Bubba's EDC, that do something kind for someone, that the kindest thing you can do is to point out something to somebody that an accomplishment they made, and give them an attaboy and a there you go and a pat on the back. So this Memorial Day, old Big Jim's asking y'all that if you see somebody and you suspect they're a veteran, all you got to do is ask them, and they will share with you. And at that point, you need to share with them how grateful you are that you can live in a country with the freedoms that we have. And it's all because of them, guys. It's all because of them. Okay? Oh, Big Jim's going to let y'all go from the bog, located here in beautiful South Mississippi with a little thunder in there over the hill there. A mile over Max, they out there. Well, I call Herman their cousin. And so they out there chopping it up with their cousin. He got a little yard work going on out there getting it done. So here's what we're gonna do. Rule number 9.